Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm bringing you my March Mystery Madness TBR. As you know, I don't usually do TBRs on my channel. In fact, I'm really bad at sticking to them. As I am a host of this year's March Mystery Madness Readathon, I thought it would be a good way to not only introduce the challenges to you, but maybe give you some ideas as to what you could read for each category. I am going to try my hardest to stick to these books, but as you know, I am a mood reader and I may pick up something else for each of these categories instead. So let's just get into it. The first challenge for the readathon is to read a true crime or thriller book. I have picked a thriller. My choice is Call Me Princess. This is by Sarah Bladel, and it is the first book in the Louise Rick mystery series. If you watched my January wrap-up, you know I read the fourth book in this series in January, which was The Forgotten Girls. This is the first book in that series, and I just got it from my library. I am really looking forward to getting into this one. So this is my thriller pick for the first challenge. The second challenge is to read a classic mystery. This has to be a book that was either published on or before 1967. For this one, I have chosen The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I recently picked up this edition, which is the Word Cloud Classics edition. Around Christmas time, I really love this edition. It is the flexi-bound leather. And I haven't actually read very much Sherlock Holmes in my lifetime. I only read, I believe, The Hound of the Baskervilles when I was in high school. So another one I'm really looking forward to getting into. The third challenge is to read a first book in a series or a sequel in a series you have already started. I have two choices for this option. The first choice I have is Blueberry Muffin Murder. This is the third book in the Hannah Swenson series by Joanne Fluke. You may be familiar with this series because of the series of Hallmark movies that have been adapted from this series. One of my goals for 2017, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, is that I want to read up to the holiday installments in several of the Cozy Mystery series that I have already started, so this would also help me in that feat. The other choice that I have for this option, which I have ordered from my library and should be coming in shortly, is Tippy Toe Murder. This is the second book in the Lucy Stone mystery series by Leslie Meyer. I read the first book, which was Mistletoe Murder, in December and January and really enjoyed that. So those are my two options for the first in a series or sequel to a series you have already started challenge. The fourth challenge is to read an author that is new to you, and for this one I am going to read Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. I had gotten this one for free for signing up to a newsletter, and so I've been holding on to this one for a while. It is a thriller book, and I believe it has to do with domestic abuse. So this is going to be my choice for the new to you author. For the fifth challenge, which is read a paranormal or futuristic mystery, I am going with the Book One Cozies Club pick for March, which is A Deadly Undertaking by Tonya Capps. This is from the Ghostly Southern mystery series, I believe. I do have this one coming in from the library shortly, so I am excited to read that. I know several of the members of the Mystery Madness Goodreads group are reading books from Nora Roberts, or I should say J.D. Robb. She is writing the series under a pen name. The In Death series, it's one of my mom's favorite series. I have read the first book but never continued on after that, just because when I read it, it was really early in the series. I do also have that one, and I may also pick that one up as it is a series that I'm looking to get into this year. The first book in that series is Naked in Death. So those are two options for me for the 5th challenge. I am definitely reading the Book One Cozies Club book first. The 6th challenge is to read a book with a kid or youth detective. For this one, I have decided to go with The Boxcar Children. This actually is the first book in the Boxcar Children series. I did have a physical copy of this book, but I can't seem to find it. So I went onto Amazon and saw that they were offering the Kindle copy, books 1 through 12, for only like $3.99. So I decided to go ahead and download that. I read The Boxcar Children when I was younger, and I remember enjoying it, so it'll be nice to go back and revisit something that I read when I was younger and see what I think of it. Some of the other books that I read that would fit this challenge would be the Encyclopedia Brown series, the Cam Jansen series, Nancy Drew, or the Hardy Boys. Any of those would fit. I'm sure there are others that I'm not aware of, but those are some options for you. The 7th challenge is to read a book with a diverse character. Now this can be diverse as far as being a different race from you, a different sexuality. We kind of leave that interpretation of a diverse character up to you. I am going to go with When Death Comes Stealing. This is the first book in the Tamara Hale mystery series by Valerie Wilson Wesley. The main character in this is African American. I've had this book sitting on my shelf for a while, and I am really looking forward to getting into it. The 8th challenge is to read a cozy mystery, and you know that I run the first in a series Cozy Mystery Book Club, or Book One Cozies Club. So my choices will be any of these books that I do not finish in February. The first one being Death by Darjeeling, which is the first book in the Tea Shop Mystery series by Laura Childs. I have already started this, and this is one of February's books of the month. Another option for me is the other book for February for my book club, which is Bubbles Unbound. This is by Sarah Strohmeyer and is the first book in the Bubbles Yablonsky mystery series. I have also already started this one. And my last option, which I have also started, I hope to finish this one before March, but I'm not sure. This one is one of January's picks for the first in a series Cozy Mystery Book Club, and it is Pretty Poison. This is the first book in the Peggy Lee Garden mystery series by Joyce and Jim Levine. The 9th challenge is kind of a bonus challenge. It is the Read 8 bonus challenge. So if you read 8 mystery books in the month of March, you'll check this one off. I probably won't be checking that one off myself, but kudos to you if you do. So those are all of the challenges. If you need any other recommendations, please hop on over to our Goodreads group, which is Mystery Madness. I will link it down in the description box below. Also check out my co-hosts' channels. They are Troy Towell and Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I will also link them down in the description box below. You may have heard a talk of a giveaway. We are still kind of solidifying the details on that, but I can tell you that one of the ways to enter into the giveaway is to create a TBR. So if you have a BookTube channel, film a TBR on your channel and either link it down in my comments below so that I can go ahead and share it with other members of our group, or go into the Goodreads group and link it in the TBR thread so that other people that are participating can go ahead and watch your video there. If you have a blog, please link your TBR blog post down in the comments below so that we can go ahead and share it, or again, go to our Mystery Madness group and link it in the TBR thread. You can also tweet us your booktube video or TBR blog post to our Twitter account, which is at MyS Madness. You'll also want to follow us there because we will be doing some reading sprints in March, and you will be the first to know about any announcements that we may have, especially about the giveaway. Please let me know down in the comments below if you will be joining us. I look forward to interacting with you on our Twitter page or in our Goodreads group. I hope you're all doing great, and until next time, take care and smile always.